Hello everybody, welcome to the I Am IT YouTube channel. My name is Shabazz and as ever, I am the IT Geek. Welcome back to another episode within my SC-100 Microsoft Cybersecurity Architect exam series. We've been working through a lot of topics and we've covered a lot of ground so far. Zero Trust, we've covered the well-architected framework, cloud adoption framework, as well as sort of, and this latest sort of topic covering MCRA and MCSB as well, sort of the benchmarks. So with that being said, let's crack on with this episode. So this is, as I mentioned, the SC-100 Microsoft Cybersecurity Architect exam series. This is topic 3, part 3, so this is the final part of this topic. And as I mentioned in the previous episode, this is design solutions that align with MCRA and MCSB. And today we're going to, again, just a single part of this topic is going to be design solutions with best practice for attack protection. Now we'll jump into the demo. So let's talk about design solutions with best practice for attack protection. So when we talk about the MCRA best practice for attack protection specifically, first of all, continuous improvement towards sort of complete coverage. This is, always work to continuously improve coverage of attack chain to areas with no visibility and highly vulnerable areas with sort of no preventative controls. When we say balance control investments, this is about balancing investments into security controls across the full life cycle of your identity. You protect data, respond and recover. From SIAM for everything, everything to XDR and SIAM. This is a primary tool for security operations to detect attacks and respond to them as they have been the secure information and event management capability. Once introduced to extended detection and response (XDR) tools, these quickly become indispensable, for the platforms they monitor. Starting with sort of endpoint detection and response (EDR) for endpoints. And this is because they're quickly reducing false positives, and these tools do not cover the sort of breadth of sources that SIAM does, but they greatly simplify and increase effectiveness of detection and response of those technologies covered by XDR. So when we say SOAR automation and modern analytics, so this is reducing the amount of manual effort in seamless and security operations by integrating the use of security orchestration, automation and response, or SOAR. Machine learning as well, ML, and user sort of entity behavioral analytics, or UEBA. These sort of technologies. SOAR technology automates manual efforts that sort of distract and tire human analysis during detection, investigation, and other response tasks. Whereas machine learning greatly improves detection by allowing sort of computers to extend human expertise over large data sets and sort of spot anomalies that could be considered sort of attacker activity. And UEBA, this improved detection and investigation by profiling the individual user accounts and entities that attackers compromise, rather than attempting to find patterns in full sets of your sort of raw log data. We'll then talk about adapt processes and operational technologies, or OT. So you adjust your tools and your processes to the constraints of operational technologies, or OT environments, as you integrate them. These environments prioritize safety and often have older systems which don't sort of have patches available. They may crash from sort of active scan. Finally, let's talk about build appropriate controls from insider risks as a distinct focus. So while some of the objectives for insider risk attacks are sort of similar to external attacks, insider risk does have the risk is different to sort of decreasing risk from external attacks. Insider risk kind of includes elements like leak of sensitive data and data spillage, confidential violations, intellectual property theft, fraud, insider trading, and sort of regulatory compliance violations as well. So let's talk a little bit about those, back to those control domains, and again those security controls. And again, we saw this in the demo when we looked at sort of Defender for Cloud and the sort of regulatory compliance. But we've got sort of preparation, detection, analysis, containment, and post-incident activity within incident response. Within logging and threat detection, we've got sort of enabling threat detection, identity and access management, enabling logging and security investigation, configuring log storage retention as well. Let's talk about some key takeaways with MCRA and MCSB and for attack protection specifically. So we've looked at the key best practices for MCRA. These include, working continuously to improve sort of coverage of your attack chain, use of combination of SIAM XDR tooling to optimize security, and reducing manual effort in control operations with the use of security orchestration, automation, response, SOAR, machine learning, ML, and user identity behavioral analytics, or UEBA. We then looked at those key security controls in MCSB, including the incident response, logging and threat detection, and so on. So yeah, we've covered a fair bit in this episode, but also let's talk about some key takeaways of MCRA, MCSB, and Zero Trust. So again, these include sort of prioritizing privileged access, applying Zero Trust principles, to modernize access control, continually improving signal coverage and fidelity to keep up with attackers as well, and enforcing authentication policies consistently. But again, we look at those control domains, and those include identity management, privileged access, security controls, and sort of network security as well. So that is the end of the theoretical part of this episode. Let's jump back into the demo to look at some more of the sort of tools that Microsoft have within the security area that can help you with your designing, and especially your cybersecurity architect exam. Welcome back. We are here in the demo portal, but back in the Microsoft 365 Cloud portal as well. And one thing I wanted to look at, so we looked at sort of the regulatory compliance last time. This time actually I wanted to go down to management, look at the environment settings, and this is going to allow us to dig into the actual subscription, look at the sort of plan and defender coverage that we're getting. So this allows you to look at your defender plans and your security policies and actually check what you're being protected against and select or enable or disable certain services. So with me, I have the foundational CSPM is free, and that's on by default. Got full monitoring coverage, but then you've got Defender CSPM, which is actually $5 per month. And here you can see I've got 6 resources which protected, so you can turn that on. But then as we go down, you can see these are actually the different plans they've got. And again, these are both PaaS and IaaS services. So servers are your virtual machines, app service obviously PaaS, databases PaaS, storage is sort of compute, containers is PaaS, key vaults, resource managers. So again, these are the services that you can protect with your different plans. And here it tells you the pricing as well. But when you actually go to the settings, you can actually, so I've got 2 servers I'm protecting. You can actually select the different components here. So from a log analytics agent perspective, it tells you the agent's depreciation path. So then it tells you that you've got 1 of 2 components missing. You can click on fix, enable the Azure Arc sort of agent, and that'll then go and deploy that. So I've got that turned on. Vulnerability assessments for machines as well, I've got that turned on. But I've got endpoint protection, I've got partial for some reason. So this enables protection by Microsoft Defender for your endpoints. So again, I can click on fix, say automatic deployment of modern version of Defender for endpoint for Windows Server 2012 R2 and Windows Server 2016. I can enable that and then apply. And that'll go away and fix that for me. And again, this hopefully should fix the issue. And again, I've got agent scanning enabled, that will got it turned off at the moment, but I can turn it on. And I can just apply that. If I want to put any exclusions in place, I can do that as well. Continue, and I can save that. And we can just go down the different services like app service, database, and storage. And again, this is going to allow you to design and plan the sort of Defender plans that you want. Because again, if you don't have a service, if I don't have a SQL database as well, I'm going to turn it on. So try to turn on services and features that actually you have and you're going to protect. I've not got any containers, so I'll turn that off. But like I said, this is going to, looking at the Defender plans is going to help you design that security posture. If we go to security policies as well, it tells you the sort of standards once it loads. So these are all the different standards, security standards that contain comprehensive set of security recommendations. So obviously Microsoft Cloud Security Benchmark, which we looked at earlier. We've got NIST, so we can, this is for compliance, we can turn that on if we want. This tells us all the different recommendations within NIST. Again, we can view these in Azure policy. So we can turn that on. You need to list the users. So your list of users that should be excluded from Windows virtual machines. So you could can't spell my own name. That's worrying. So again, you can. I'm assuming you can just put myself in there for now. Oh, God, what's up with me? I can't spell. Can't seem to do simple tasks right now. Oh, and that's Logonix workspace ID for reporting. But let's try and just save that. And again, we can turn these on. We can turn this on if we want as well. So that's enabled. Maximum days of rotate key. Let's put 30 days in, so that's required parameter. So the Microsoft Azure Foundation benchmark. So again, these are all things you can turn on. UK official for UK NHS, SOC Type 2, depending on what you try to protect against. And if we go back to, I think it's cloud security, where we go regulatory compliance. I believe normally in here it should become available. It might do later on, but looking at going back into here, into our subscription, if we go back into security policies here, we can enable all the different ones. We can look at recommendations as well, and implement these. And again, it's just going to help us protect our organization, but also try and help us increase our security posture. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you everybody. Hope you're enjoying the content. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. You have loads of useful links in the description, including the GitHub lab repository where you've got some use cases and case studies, but also a link to MeasureUp's practice exam paper for this test, so you can, for this exam. So feel free to purchase that as a discount link. So everybody for watching. Until next time, bye.